Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of this week's episode of Fear the Walking Dead on AMC. This week we've seen Season 3, Episode 6, which is called Red Dirt. And I want to apologize for the lateness, but work. It's been on my ass lately, so to say, but it's kind of a needed, situation as far as that goes. Honestly, I've just been working a lot more lately. Getting into full-time and stuff like that, so it's just been difficult to make all my reviews on time and everything. Good news is that I will have the 16th off, so I will be getting my review out of the premiere of Game of Thrones out on time. I did still want to watch the episode and get my thoughts out there at some point. At least it's only a few days later, so this week's episode, it was another good one. I'm still surprised about what's going on with Fear the Walking Dead this season. It's been pretty good. and I feel like I keep talking about that in every video I've been doing, but it's on this really nice roll, and I've actually been really enjoying it. And I think if it keeps up this way, it only gets better and brings in some unexpected intensity, which is seems to be coming next week. I think it will surpass Season 7 of The Walking Dead overall. I still like Season 7. I don't think it was nearly as bad as some people make it out to be. It definitely had some, stellar episodes in there. But I just feel like Fear the Walking Dead's actually been more consistent this season, which I never thought I'd say. But it's the truth, and Red Dirt was another good episode. We spent a lot of time with, Troy in this episode, played by Daniel Sharman. He's doing such a good job. I mean, I thought he was okay. He was fine on the originals, as the body Cole is possessing. That's why I'd seen him in prior. And I was saying earlier this season, he's a good little, antagonist. But now, as it should be, this world's trying to, make the gray colors a little bit more visible. We're not really sure about him now. Madison's still kind of manipulating him, being sort of that mother he never had. Some people even think she's going to go so far as to really psych him out and sleep with him or something, which would be odd. It really just increased my distaste with Madison. But either way, Troy's become one of the most interesting characters on the show, and if they give him a really good arc and they really develop him, he could end up being one of the best characters on the show. Right now, my two favorites were Alicia and Travis. Now my favorite's Alicia. Partially, of course, because I loved Alicia Debnam-Carey on the 100, but I just have a lot of faith in where they're going with Alicia in the long run. I'm hoping she'll turn into a Carol or Maggie of the group and everything. But my favorites now, if they develop Troy all the way, it will be Alicia and maybe Troy. Nick's okay. I like him a little bit more than I used to, but I still don't really buy into him as I don't know. Anyway, so like I said, a lot of this episode was spent with Troy, and we actually had some almost touching moments with him and Madison. He kind of talk about how much the place meant to him, and the people who were leaving. One of the founding families of the settlement there were leaving out of fear because Vernon was his name, wanted to protect his family, and didn't think it'd be a good idea to stay there. They end up being killed on the road, and we find out it was actually Troy and his boys, or at least a portion of them. And it's definitely one of those one of those lines, one of those shades of gray that we see in these kinds of worlds, like The Walking Dead, like Game of Thrones, and stuff like that. You would think that make Troy an antagonist, or really just trying to condense what he can and twist it so he can work this group's survival in his favor. So I don't know. It's hard to talk about. And that's a good thing about this show. We actually have to think about a situation that played out in an episode. And Alicia was gun training with Jake. Madison also says she doesn't really believe Jake. Has in him basically doesn't have in him what it needs to be done. She believes Troy does, and I think she might be right about that because Drake's a nice guy, but he's not gonna go as far as Troy does to do what he thinks is necessary. He's going off on his own to try and negotiate with Walker right now. And maybe Walker won't be as violent, like Jake is saying, because Troy is the one that killed the people on the road, not Walker. But still, it's not going to end up being a good scenario, as we can see in the previews. But it's good that Alicia's gun training. Like I said, I have a lot of faith in where they could go with her in the long run of the show. So this is maybe the first step towards that. So I like that. Madison's speech, about the bodies and everything, it was okay. I just still don't really like Kim Dickens' performance. I don't think she's very good. It definitely felt like a Rick type of speech too, and they're not going to make her Rick. They're not going to ever put her anywhere near that level, and most people don't like Madison. So I hope they realize that and just kill her, please, and have like Alicia and Nick lead the show or something like that. Anyway, we get some good scenes with Nick and Jeremiah as well. Because Jeremiah starts drinking again. He's becoming very unsure of himself in these situations. So yeah, I really just thought it was a good episode and a pretty good setup for what's supposed to be a double mid-season finale next week. So that should be pretty good. And I'm sure there's things in this episode I didn't talk about. It was a pretty decent sequence. Seeing the RV when they found it. And then they had to kill the turned family inside, as well as one of the friends Alicia had made. That was pretty decent too. So yeah, if I had to rate this episode, I'd rate it 8.6, 8.7. Pretty, maybe even an 8.8. I'm sure. I'm just really liking Fear the Walking Dead right now. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode and what your predictions are for the finale next week. So yeah, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.